Just smoking on a couple $10 strains here. Some OG Kush and some Silver Mountain. There's been a common theme all day. There's been sirens all day long here. I don't know what's up. If they're just testing this shit or if there's really that many emergencies. Let's turn this off. Yeah, I got some good strains in the Rockets, and I just finished off a Firehouse Doobie. Yeah, I'm feeling sick as a mug today, even though yesterday I gave myself an enema. I did a lot of stuff. I put in the air conditioner and vacuumed and shit, you know, stuff like that. And then I took care of myself, you know, the enema. Yeah. And today I took the dog for a walk, and there was quite a few people out everywhere. When I was sitting at the place yesterday, the river, this woman walked through. I see walk past you with her dog all the time. And Aslan was tripping out, so I didn't really even get a chance to say hi to her or anything, and she didn't say hi to me, so. Well, it's kind of weird seeing her walk through there. She never came back through, so she must have went down the trail into the neighborhood over there. But yeah, my sister and I have been texting each other, and she sent me some videos of inside her house down there. And she's got all these paintings on the wall that she painted. She's been painting for years. And she's got some abstract stuff that's just so astoundingly amazing, man. She's quite the artiste. She should, like, have her own website, maybe even have her own gallery. I don't know how much she's got accumulated. But it looks like she's, from the skill level, that she's been doing it for years. And I was totally dumbfounded because, well, I didn't expect to see, you know, anything of that caliber, you know, from one of my siblings. She's actually got a couple paintings I'd like to have hanging on my walls, you know, because I could sit and look at that shit and appreciate it for hours. You see? There was a couple pieces that I looked at that I really liked. I mean, you know, I want, on a personal level, I would have liked to have. But those are the pieces that will probably get the most for her, you know. It's like she could probably get, I don't know, 100 grand easy per piece for each one of those two pieces. Those two pieces have a lot of blues and stuff like that. For some reason, they really drew me in. So yeah, I'm just kind of in limbo here, waiting to see what's going to happen, what God's going to do. If he's going to do something good or not, you know, because, well, I could already be getting a head start on, you know, the other direction, if that's the direction I'm going to be going. But, when the times turn evil for me, then I guess it's time to be evil. You see? See how that shadow's blocking me almost like a screen or something. I got Asmlass sitting behind me. He's had a pretty interesting day. Eventful. He likes going out. He likes going to the river. It's 3 blocks away from here. I mean, to the hospital, and then, like, what, a block to get past the hospital behind it. Actually, one of them long city blocks to get back behind the hospital, behind the school. And then there's this little 2-track loop-de-loop thing. It's probably about a quarter of a mile long, if that. But there's trails that go off of it, and 3 sets of stairs that lead down to the river from it, even though some of the stairs are unkept, you know, not maintained. And there's actually a bunch of branches blocking one of them, so you'd never know it was there unless you walked in, like, from the side behind the branches, like I did with him. He led me over there, and I'm like, hey, wow, there's steps right here by where we've been sitting. But he likes to go down these steps over by where the kid fishing area is. And that down there is all wet and shit and muddy. But he was smart and Scooby-Dooed me. He's been Scooby-Dooing me a lot, where he walks behind me and shit, and I have to look for him, or like right under my feet. So if I dare misstep out just a little bit, I'm stepping on his paws. Stuff like that. He has a lot of trust in my ability not to step on him, because he's right under my feet when he Scooby-Doos me. And it's like I'm always saying to him, "You Scooby-Dooing me again, man? Come on," And he knows what I'm talking about. They don't get in front of me and start walking faster. But I've had to get on his ass about Scooby-Dooing me all day today. And yesterday too, because for some reason he was doing it a lot. Or he's just like shadowing me, walking behind me and shit. Or, beneath my peripheral vision where I can't see him all up close. Then it's the extremes. He's either like that, or he's way the fuck out there. I let him have some leash and he goes way off, Because, some places I can let him have the leash. If I know he's just going to walk to a pole and I'll walk out to the street, or not walk up into somebody's yard, then I'll click the thing to let him have some leash. If I think he's going to head in somebody's yard or head to the street, then I short leash him. I pull it in to where he doesn't even have the whole first leash. He only has a few feet of that. And then, he has to be close to me. Because, I don't let him go up in some people's yards who have dogs, because to me, it almost seems like that might aggravate them. And then, you got him, he goes up in there, he pisses, he shits, he scrapes his paws all over their stuff, it's like, I tend to not let him go up in people's yards because of that, because, he doesn't know to just walk up, sniff, maybe do an air spray real quick, because, by the time he's pissing on the third or fourth pole, he's spraying air, he just, he's not pissing anymore. So there's plenty of time to do evil if it turns evil, whereas I'm off left to my own devices, abandoned and shit. I don't know what's gonna happen yet. It's hard to exist like this, I'm not gonna lie, where you just don't know from month to month where you're gonna be, what's gonna happen with you, you can't have any stability or sanctity of home or anything. It's like, you're living like a homeless person, waiting for the next place or whatever, the next thing, you see. And it's like you're waiting for that. That's what you have going on. That's really hard. It's a hard state of mind to be in constantly. It's stressful. It's like I feel it in my chest. I already have complications from not taking care of myself, and then this kind of adds to it. You can hear the good feathers back there clucking. They want to decimate the cat food before the cats get here. They're good for that. They'll swoop in and just a whole flock of them and eat a whole bunch of it, leave it where there's hardly anything for the cats. And if I don't catch it, then there's nothing for the cats. And they can do it real quick too. It doesn't take them 10-15 minutes. A whole bunch of birds can eat a whole lot really quick. And what's messed up is there's bird feeders everywhere. But I've noticed that the good feathers are a little bit bigger species bird that eat the cat food out here. You don't see them around back by the bird feeders too much. That's smaller birds. And it's a good thing for those smaller birds, because when you seen them smaller birds out here trying to get this cat food, the bigger birds were beating the fuck out of them, man. So it's like, I'm grateful that the little birds got a place to get some food now, and they don't have to come around here and try and combat with the good feathers to get them some morsels of cat food. And I see that they're finally cleaning up. It'll take them a few days to clean up all that stuff that got wet and then it got dumped, scattered, and it dries. And between the skunks and the birds and the cats, it all gets ate. There's no sense in throwing it out just because it got wet, because when it dries, they'll eat it. So it's not wasted food. It's just laying there like extra food, you see. So when that's on the ground, well, if the trays get decimated, it's not such a big deal because there's stuff on the ground. And I noticed one of the kitties has an injured mouth. I've watched him when he's eating. He shakes his mouth, his head really bad when he chews the hard food. So I don't know what he got into, what he's got in his mouth or what, you know. But I noticed that when there was wet food on the ground and it was raining and shit, he came up and ate the wet food, didn't even try to go for the dry food, the hard food. So that's what fronted it off to me, that he wasn't just shaking his head like in celebration when I saw him doing that. You know, sometimes cats are doing that because their mouth is hurting them when they're chewing. So I got a homeless cat that needs to go to the vet. Then one of the homeless cats ain't even a homeless cat. It belongs to Kathy, the lady over there. She lets it out during the day, and I guess it gets back in most nights. I don't know. But that cat is kind of a weird cat, and it goes and hangs out underneath their back porch next door, and it hangs out on our back porch, tapping at the glass door, communicating with the kitties. And then when it sees me, it runs. But for some reason, when it sees Lisa and John, it stays there and lets him take milk out to it. So it's like, I don't know. You know, that's one of the weird things. The feral cats ain't afraid of me, but the, you know, somebody else's cat is like, you know, it sees me and wants to run. So I don't know. So it's been an interesting weekend. And like, there's, you know, I don't know, a feeling like, you know, there's just like a weird feeling in the air about, you know, my life and shit, what I'm gonna do about it, what's happening with it. It's hard to, when your shit's like, it's in other people's hands or in God's hands, you know, it's not really in your hands. So anyway, I thought the animal would do something for me on the, you know, the health tip. But I'm no better for enduring it. Feel pretty fucked up. I mean, you know, just like in my blood and my digestional tract and shit. So, I feel like, I don't know, I need a V8. That mentality. Like I'm leaning sideways and shit. So it's kind of been a nice couple of days, the last 2 days. It's in the low 60s yesterday, and I think we hit 60 today. But it was windy today, so I didn't shoot a video for you guys while we were out. Aslan and I went to the river just like we usually do. Oh, stop, as he's watching the people come out of the house across the street. I'm gonna go to the vehicle. And then they got dogs over there, yippy dogs. He's getting where he's pretty goddamn yippy. I don't like little yippy dogs. I liked it when he could keep his mouth shut. But you used to be able to do that before we got Squeaky. We got Squeaky and she yiped at every little thing. And didn't yipe at what she should yipe at. And that used to piss me off, man. And when she'd yipe, then he'd yipe. So it's like, okay, you got both these dogs yiping over nothing. And he lost all that, being able to be quiet and just sit there and watch shit, you see, in the background and shit. Aslan, stop. Yeah, people leaving, lady leaving from next door, kid's mom, the lady that Brian, my good neighbor, hooked up with before he moved out. He was hooked up with her for about a year before he moved out. She acts like she thinks she's better than us or something. It's almost like turn her nose up at us mentality. Snarly at Lisa and shit. So I was really surprised that her kid's not like that at all. He's actually cool. He's more like Brian. So yeah. It's just been a weird weekend. Watching people doing a lot of living. I'm kind of reduced to walks to the river, you know. Yeah, and I'm doing it, you know. I imagine eventually someone will manifest in my life where I'll be mobile again and I'll feel appreciated and loved. You know, maybe even really be appreciated and loved instead of just feel that way, you know? As well, I don't got a lot of time left. I'm 55, man. I have way worse karma than my dad had, and he only lived to 70. So I'm in my last years. 14 years can go by quick, you'd be surprised. We've been out here 11 years. It seems like yesterday we came out here, in a way. In another way, it seems like it's been forever. So I miss the things I miss about the city is the anonymity, you know. Out here I'm on the radar of the police now because of snitchy poo, animal hating piece of garbage, white trash, you know, sticks his nose in people's lives in all the wrong way, you know, instead of the right way. So yeah, it's like totally castrated where I can't do shit, you know. And because it's like, well, what will happen to what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? My dog and shit, you know, my dog will be without me. You know, I can't count on people to get me out. Now, if I move and get somebody in my life that loves me, that look out for me, I might be able to live a little bit differently. Maybe drive once in a while, shit like that. I'm not looking to, like, be a scofflaw where I'm out driving all the time. Oh, fuck the law, you know? But, like, you know, I'm not looking to let them keep doing this to me either. You see, but there's got to be, like, a happy medium. You know, where it's like, okay, well, there's some risk I'm just going to have to take once in a while. In the name of liberty, you know, and justice that is denied me. You see, because, well, the entities who deny me justice have no sense of shame. Look at what they're involved in now, you see. So it's like everybody you thought you could trust, everybody, you know, you rallied for. It's like, yeah, look. And it's like, look at all the people who hated Trump who are now on the same side as him. They're doing everything right along with him. They've got the same agenda. They want people to do all the same shit. They want people to be subjected to the same shit. It's like, wow, amazing how the tables have turned, huh? And Trump is king at the table of all the Trump haters. And they're all just like swinging on his dick because he's swinging on Bill Gates' dick, you see? So it's like, how this weird shit happened where these monsters could, you know, come into power and do this shit it's beyond me, you know? It's like, where was the resistance, you see? Where was the intelligence, the voice of reason? Did it always get squelched out like we get squelched out now? You gotta wonder. Did it miss one of the times I tipped my cup? 7:25 now by this clock. 7 minutes fast. It's the 3rd of May, by the way, Sunday. I feel luck coming my way. I feel prosperity and love, you know, and, you know, celebration of who I am, you know, as an entity. Oh, yes, everything that the tarot card readers say. Oh, yeah, I receive it. I agree with it. And they're all saying the same things, pulling the same cards again. So it's like, you know, see, I look for that. I don't watch them if, like, they're all saying a bunch of different shit. I don't watch any of them. Stop. Stop it, dickhead. He's barking at the neighbor girl sitting on the fucking porch. It's like, damn, man, let me fucking talk. So what was I saying? Yeah, see how easily I can be distracted. Quit. You stop, dick fuck. He's over here growling under his breath and shit. Like I can't hear that shit. So we're watching this crazy shit play out. It's pretty fucking crazy, right? Yeah. Love's coming my way. She's gonna have a license so she can drive. That's important, right? The license is very important. So here I am, miles away from where I started. I started in Detroit. In my childhood, I went down to Alabama, came back to Detroit, went to Texas with my second wife, lived in Ionia with my first wife. Was only in Texas about 4 months. Their water there is horrible. That's like, to me, that's a destroyer. Like Traverse City has shitty water, shitty well water, and all their water, because of what's in the ground, just like in Texas, it's it has to be processed so much that it's like bad, you know. But like there's places in my cousin lived in Smithville where they shot the movie Hope Floats, and their fucking water has like sulfur in it, so it smells like rotten eggs. And it's like, man, just imagine you wake up with funk mouth and you got to put that funk in your mouth, you see, because you weren't hip to buying bottled water back then. I wasn't. I sure wish I would have been hip to it back then, because I would have fucking picked up a case of water to cook with and eat with and make coffee with, yo. Because you can't even make coffee with that shit. It's so bad. You can make coffee with the water in this town. I just wouldn't recommend drinking it from the tap, you know. If you're gonna stop, if you're gonna drink the tap water here, I would recommend you boil it for a minute or two and then chill it. That girl finally went in. She's too young to be smoking, out here smoking, like she thinks that's an adult thing to do. Developing a smoking habit at a young age is not an adult thing to do. That's stupid. Oh, there's little kids over there too. Look like mean little kids with sticks and shit. Mean little kids always have sticks and stones. Stays away. I don't want nobody's kid all up on me and on my dog. That's the thing about, you know, the nice weather and living close up on people. I always wanted to, like, have me some property around my house, have me a nice ranch, It'd be cool because then my kitties could go out, you know, and not be close to any roads or any other people. Stop it, Aslan. People can't walk by without this dog barking and that little kid out there scurrying around. It's like shit. So it's been a fantastic evening hanging out with y'all. I'm feeling lucky. I keep saying it. I don't really feel lucky. I don't believe any of the positive shit that I hear say, man. But yeah, I was saying that when they don't say the same things to tarot card readers, it's a bunch of jumbled shit. I don't look at any of them. But when they're all saying the same thing and it all looks like it's positive affirmation, I need to hear positive shit because, well, I have my mind naturally works negatively, you see. So I need to hear somebody say some positive shit, even if it's just for entertainment and it's not really true and it's not really going to come to pass. If there's the possibility that, you know, manifestation is something from within, then I need to feed something into me that will help me manifest the good shit. And I don't know, Bible shit doesn't do it for me, okay? I'm sorry, it actually steals away from any faith that I have, you know? It's a weird thing. Like when people are talking faith scriptures to me, that totally scrunches out my faith. It's weird, you know, because the last thing I want to think about when I'm trying to make something good happen is the judgment, you know, that has kept me in the position that I'm in now. I'm hearing clicking. Is that this thing? Is that somebody's exhaust at a distance? I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this day. I was able to minister to the kitties. Do the work, you know. Be the hands that did it. I'm grateful for the ability to take my dog 3 blocks away to where there's like a total contrast of, you know, because like this is a town, small city, there's houses, you know, people all up on each other. It's like you can go there and it's like you're in the woods by the river, but you're right behind you is the city, you see. So it's one of them weird things that I'm grateful for. I call it the wealthy spot. I go there and Aslan and I sit and I kick it with the Lord and thank Him for all this good stuff, which is not what other people think. You know, I'm not sitting thanking Him for boats that I'm trying to manifest. I'd like to have some boats, but not to go out on, just like to have them for family to go out on. And I'd like to have a nice speedboat that's like, you know, it's flashy, just like, you know, Google the eyes of those who want boats like that, you know. And it's like, and then I'll give it to somebody who's like that, maybe like my kid or something. Yeah, you can have it. I've never been out on it. When you get it in the water, call me. I want to go out on it. You know, that kind of thing. Because, well, I'm not heavily into that kind of stuff where I'm trying to manifest, you know, material shit. I don't care about TVs, you know, flashy TVs, flashy refrigerators, and, you know, kitchens and all that shit. I actually don't want shit to be too modern where it's like it could be spying on me. So I probably want used, older refrigerators. Just, you know, that's what they do. They just refrigerate food. They don't do nothing else. There's no Wi-Fi in it. You see? Get me if I have a dishwasher, get me an old dishwasher before they put Wi-Fi in them. You know, shit like that. It's like you can still get a hold of the products that won't spy on you. You just have to not be so caught up in wanting to compete with them, you know. Joneses. You see, oh, so-and-so's got this, so I gotta get it too. Fuck that. Let him have that. Why you gotta get it? What you own owns you. Did you know that? I'm not owned by anything. I have a dog and a ministry to animals. The ministry to animals can actually be done by someone else. So it's not like, it owns me. And my dog doesn't own me. But my obligation to him kind of does. Because he needs somebody to be obligated to him because he can't take care of himself. He's kind of like a junkie. He needs to be protected from himself. He gets into shit. It's like he goes down by the river where all these little like leeches, little like wormy leeches in the wetness, in the leaves and shit. And he'll go down there, of all places, and drop down and roll before I even catch him. It's like, get up, get up. And then I gotta pick all these fucking leeches off of him, man. It's like, god damn. It's like, and he's done it twice in the last 2 days. It's like he totally caught me off guard and rolled in the leeches. It's like, damn, man. It's like so it's like there's something to that smelling shit, like bugs, like how I have a theory that ticks put off a smell that attracts the dogs, and then they go over to it, and the ticks drop onto them. You see, from the leaves of the bush or the tree that they're on. You see. Yeah. I'm not liked by a whole lot of people. I don't know why. I'm actually a very likable person, and I make a pretty good friend. Help you do stuff and help you with your agendas and shit. And lieu of not having any of my own to attend to, my camp ministry stuff doesn't suck up a whole lot of the day. That's why I thought, well, I could get a job. But it's like, the minute you get serious about doing something, the whole world is like, what the fuck? People are laid off, so it's like, well, people are trying to get unemployment and shit. And it's like, well, I'm wanting to get a job, and I guess I should just be grateful that I got coming in what I got coming in, even though it's not enough. If I'm not living with somebody or leagued up with somebody, in a clique to survive with somebody, the money I make is not enough. The money I get, I don't make it. I made it and paid into it, but I'm sure that I passed the threshold by now of what I paid in. And I didn't intend to be on this shit this long, Y'all know I fought to get off of SSI. I fought to get my license back. I fought to make my life different. And it's like I'm, supernaturally, magically stuck like this, man. My attempts to generate income where I worked myself ragged, creating MP3s and shit. And then having my, my revenue pirated, it's like, okay, well, I'm still not getting any reports. So, there you have it. It's been pirated and it's not coming back. It's not like, oh, I just had a month of no sales or streams nowhere. Somebody's got my shit locked in. It's being diverted from the distributors. The reporting, which also means the revenue. So that's where I'm at, is like I can't even make music to try and dig out, because I can't dig out with music, not unless I'm part of a music act that is not me, and like we're playing out or something where we can make money, which, okay, that's not happening anymore. You could probably do something where I'm playing with a band when we're doing like from our location streaming concerts, and that would help sell some CDs, which I think that's the direction people should try to go with underground music, is to sell the hard CDs instead of growing online with the streaming, because they can't control the hard CD sales, but they can control the streaming and MP3. They can control the perspective, you know. You think you're not even getting streamed, and what they've done is they've just clicked it where it's not reporting for a week or two, and then click it back on, you know. So it's like you miss 2 weeks of you know, stream reports. It's real easy for them to fuck the underground, and they love to do it. And they're all about, you see how the streaming sites work. You bring somebody to the streaming site with your link to your shit, but still the mainstream acts are going to get the larger portion of your streaming revenue because supposedly they drew the people to the site, you see. And the people that came to listen to your shit don't even listen to that mainstream shit, you see. So it's like, yeah, you're making money for the mainstream already just by streaming, you see. The only way that you cut the mainstream out is with the MP3 sale or with the CD sale. And CD sales, for those of you who think it's so fucking hard, you can upload for free on RootNote. And yeah, they're gonna backdoor you if you can't afford to buy, you know, because you put your shit up everywhere, right? And you can't afford to buy profiles on all those different streaming sites where your stuff's available. So someone else does it. You know, they go buy those profiles and they steal, you know, as you, and steal your money. And, you know, then your distributor's not even getting reported to. But still, okay, you upload it for free on RootNote, your album. So you got ISRC codes for each single. Write those down. And then as the EP, you got an ISRC code. Write that down. You see? And you can also write the UPC down because that might be referenceable too. But that way, when you're making the sale in person, your ISRC is still getting reported to Billboard. You see what I'm saying? Your sale's still getting recorded if you're selling on a credit card or anything like that. You might have to create a new UPC code for the hard CD itself. But I'm seeing that people are leaning back towards having hard product. Vinyl, cassettes, those are both coming back. Cassettes, I don't see that lasting too long. But CDs coming back, that could last because, well, a lot of vehicles still have CD players in them. And a lot of vehicles you can still order CD players in them. So that takes away from all this shit having to plug shit in, and you get to have a CD collection. You have a hard collection in your collection folder that you can carry with you, and you can take that in your house and plug that into your CD player in there. You know, you take some control back, you know, some old school control where not everything's done through a fucking gadget. Because, well, as you get older, you get tired of playing with gadgets to do everything, man. You know, you'd much rather have a cassette or a CD, you know, just to plug it in instead of fucking with, you know, looking it up and let me get this thing to this, you know. It's like, man, fuck all that. I don't even want to listen to it now, you know. You see, it's like that's where it's at. And we got, you know, where some of us we're being hit really hard. So no matter what we do, no matter what image we project, how hot we are, how the opposite of hot we are, you see, you know, nothing works because, well, they're using flicker rates and frequencies to drive people away from our content. And then when that still doesn't work, well, there's always the mainstay, just go ahead and just steal them view counts, just steal them likes, yo. Who's gonna know besides us, right? Yeah, so them guys are gonna be back anytime between now and 8:30, I'd say. She estimated 8:30, and sometimes they beat the time she estimates, sometimes by quite a bit. I wanted to come out and kick it with you guys. Yeah. Share what happened this weekend rather. It's been a restorative communication weekend, you know, kicking it around with my sister. I sent her videos of, you know, inside what was going on with my ministry and shit, you know. And I got kitty towers and everything. Y'all seen them. You know, in the house, I guess for one floor it is kind of big. It's spread out. There's plenty of room. See, it's getting chilly. He's not cold at all. He's just sitting there, you know, looking around and shit, waiting for something else to bark at or growl at. He's a little dog, for real. Yeah, I got a motion cam video with a whole bunch of files, like 1,200 files. It's dicking me around about fucking creating it, you know. It's like sometimes it happens where the movie maker doesn't want to make it because it's so goddamn big. It's like 2.5 hours long because of all the long pieces with the wind blowing. I might have to go into it and cut some of them out. I miss when I was dumb enough to think that I had a good enough karma to be riding around on a motorcycle. And now that I know more about the world, I know better than to do some things. That's one of the things I know better than to attempt. Because, well, I don't think I'd have good results. So we got people having a good time on Sunday night. I'm gonna be having a good time sometime soon, I imagine. I'm not worried about a good time. I'm not trying to get a good time. I'm not trying to have a good time. Yeah. It's been lonely as fuck, I'll tell you that much. It's like when you're waiting because, well, you're alone, you know? And I am one of them entities that's truly alone. Batteries acting low. Door ajar. Could be the door behind me. It's an electric door. Pretty cool. I want to have me a nice little minivan like this, only a little bit better. Maybe even a rear-wheel drive. You know, some spongier tires, more real tires. It looks nicer, maybe black. With the electric doors and shit. All the shit this one's got, just with less miles on it, better shape. This was in good shape for $1,200. Could have did a lot worse. I'm thinking I just need to add some training fluid to my trans to fix that problem where it jerks in the gear. Because somebody else fixed it in their van the same way, the same van. Yeah, he's just sitting there. Like, you ain't shutting this door on me, man. I'm hanging out. We have no promise of tomorrow. So we do it today what we can, right? I did a few push-ups and sit-ups because I was starting to sag, atrophy. I don't do enough to like try to look good. I'm not trying to look good. I just, it's like the push-ups and sit-ups actually help my back. Believe it or not, something about the muscles in front being tighter helps my back feel more supported, where I don't have so much back strain for like the first week after I do push-ups and sit-ups, when my shit's still tight from doing it. And I don't do a whole bunch. I only do like a few, man. You know, it's like so few you'd be surprised that it could have any effect at all. And I kind of, you know, I'm losing the battle with the chest. It's starting to sag a little bit, which would be perfect if I was getting implants and stuff, you know, and hormones. Because, well, I want there to not, I don't want the shit to be so tight, you know. I want it to be like saggy for them to put the implants in. But if I'm not going to be doing that, then I don't know, I need to figure out an exercise to not lose the battle with my chest. You smell that exhaust wafting in here? That shit ain't making you sick, little dog? It's like, fuck, man. Exhaust is wafting in. Kinda has a Play-Doh smell to it. They give me a lot of gas cap for this thing so I can stop being so paranoid about that. This is the first vehicle I've had in a long time that I went this long without a locking gas cap. The vehicle that I actually need one because, well, the gas gauge doesn't work and I don't know if you can siphon gas out of it or not. You might not be able to, but I have one of them screens blocking, you know, being able to stuff a hose in it. And I got the back door open for him and I'm running the heat for me. I'm going in a second though. Just hanging out for a minute. Gonna be nice. I imagine. When my hottie arrives in my life. You know, sometimes not getting what you wanted is the best thing that could have happened for you. Things I wouldn't want to change is like the things that I've been able to do for the cats and the skunks here. Because, well, I did raise a litter of baby skunks. Some of them are still alive. They recognize me when we cross paths at night. So, he didn't kill all of them. Some of them are smart enough to stay away from his ass. Maybe they can smell the toxin, just like his place smells toxic. You know, you walk past this place, it smells toxic, you know. So it's like, it don't smell toxic in a good way. It's not like fertilizer and shit. It smells like, you know, old people toxic, like, you know, mothballs and chemicals and shit. You know, like he's mixed up all kinds of chemicals and poured them everywhere, you know. Just the evil bastard. Kill his grass to fucking kill a skunk. And it's like, man, you don't get dumber than that, yo. then fucking what? If you figure out what's wrong with your grass, you're gonna pay a dude to come do. You pay him good money to come do what that skunk was doing for you for free. You notice the grass where they don't get chased off of it. That grass around here looks a whole lot greener. This just looks like a toxic ghetto yard. Like he spread too many chemicals around it and now the grass just don't want to grow. It's like rebelling against, you know, it's like the earth can't carry how nasty some people are. It just can't carry them. You know, one of them types, man. So there's been a lot of interesting shit exposed recently. The spirit of exposure is doing its job big time. Putting in overtime and shit. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna call it a night for this. This is not the end of my night by a long shot. I didn't have nothing to say when I turned the camera on. Sometimes I just want to talk to you guys, you know. And this was one of them times. Thought you'd find it interesting. My sister's an artist. I mean, she should actually be a famous artist, man. It's like, I'm totally astounded. Makes me feel like my music shit, you know, like a little, you know, amateurish. Even though it's two different things completely. It's just, that's how good it is, though, you know. It's like, damn, man, who would have thought? In a million years, I never would have thought, you know. And I would have seen that shit, you know, in somebody's house on the internet or something, and not even knowing that it was my sister who painted it, man, you know, because that's how good it is. And I would have been appreciating it, just like, well, I appreciate it now. You know, I'm not going to not appreciate it just because my sister did it, you know. I'm not one of them type of people, and I don't pick shit apart. So it's like, I'm not looking at it to try and find something wrong with it. I never do that. Not with art. When it's really art. Alright, y'all. Hopefully we can continue to be blessings to those who are counting on us. And maybe some of us can be recipients of blessings that will empower us to do so even more, you know. Yeah, that's a thought. Getting busier in ministry, right? To others. It's not everybody's cup of tea, I know. It's like, you want to get out there on the boat. Want to get there out there on the trail and that ATV. Well, I want to play that video game, whatever. Yeah. So it's, you know, a good thing the guy created entities like me, you know. Otherwise, who'd do what we do? You see? Somebody has to do it. Somebody has to feel the joy in doing it when they're doing it, so that the right spirit is behind it, and the love and the tenderness is put into it. Kind of like when somebody cooks with love, how that cooking is better than cooking that was cooked like with fear, you know, or any other energy, you see. So yeah, I like food that's cooked with love. People love to cook. They love what they're doing when they're doing it. They love creating the dish they're creating. They love the results, and they love that other people like their food. You know, they like their dish, their artistic rendering of food, you see. So yeah, I can never be like Ellen where, you know, I want some fear-made food, some negative energy food. That's why everybody's sick, you see, is because, well, it's the energy that's in the food. And so few entities actually like what they do who are preparing food, you know. And maybe that's by design, you know, those who own the corporations and have the people doing the jobs, making them miserable while they do it, so they won't be happy about it. They won't appreciate it, the opportunity to do it. And then if it's not your cup of tea, you move on and find something that you will enjoy doing more that provides a marketable service or something. You see, a product, you know? Because there's lots of stuff to do here. Everybody's cut out to do something. We are not created to sit. Our bodies are not created to sit. That's works against us, especially now with blood clots and deep vein thrombosis and all that good shit. It's like too much shit can happen. Young people having strokes from sitting playing video games too long. And you know, it's like strokes can be debilitating, man, where you didn't die but you wish you had, because you're fucked, you see, and you're a burden on people and shit. So it's like, yeah, I hope to never have a stroke. I hope to just flat out have I'm dying dead motherfucking heart attack, you see. So nobody's gotta be burdened with me in my physical state. See, more sirens. It hasn't even been an hour. All right, y'all have a good evening.